What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about TMNT The Last Ronin and talk about what are the odds that this game appears at some point in the THQ showcase. So this thing is next Friday. I'm going to do a couple different videos. I know everybody always asks me about Reanimal. We'll do those as we go. I want to tackle this one first because honestly, to me, like SpongeBob's High, Gothic Remake is very interesting to me. Darksiders, like if we can get that again, some of these will become videos, by the way, but this game, I think, has a lot of potential. Remember, coming from Black Forest Games, who did Destroy All Humans, the remakes, which I thought were really, really well done. A great franchise, I think, that deserved better even after those remakes. But what I want to talk about here, again, we have the showcase next week, and what I'm looking for in particular is to end the show in the same way that they ended last year. So if I recall correctly, you guys can let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. If I recall correctly, at the end of last year's show, they showed the teaser for Darksiders 4. It said, now in development. So we know this is in development. This already kind of got the teaser. You actually see behind me in this thing in development, so it's got that. So we've already done that part, right? Now it's, okay, can you give us anything else? Now, quick history lesson if you recall, okay? If you remember last January, I think it was last January, the report was that they laid off half their staff. Now, I made a big deal of that. I think when you lay off half the people that works for you, right? I mean, the rumor was they had 110 people, and they laid off 50%. So you're going from over 100 to under 100, all right? My opinion is when you lay off that many people, it's a serious issue. Now, I do believe I talked about it in that moment. Since then, I think the creator of the comic said he was able to see some of the stuff that they were working on, and he said it's in a good state. So there was kind of this rebound where it's okay, I was down in the dumps, I was making a big deal of it, and then he comes out and says, not to that, the report that people got laid off. This was months later. He said things were going well. Now, that was a year and a half ago, all right? So where I'm at right now is I still kind of want answers as to what happened there, because the rumor was it was not executives. It was not leads or directors on this game. It was the lower level people. Those are people that come in and do a lot of the work, So it's okay, the leadership team and maybe the visionaries of the game, they're okay, which is good because, if you lose them, then also that puts the game in a bad state. And it's okay, do you have to restart from scratch? If they weren't touched and you fired other people, maybe it's not as bad as the other way around, but still, that's a lot of people that you laid off. So look, I don't want to make it just about the layoffs, but all I'm saying is that was announced rather early in. I think it's starting to become more and more clear to everybody that when we get those teasers and the things that say in development, every time we get it, those are the beginning phases of the game. Now, also we have they did Destroy All Humans 1, Destroy All Humans 2, right? So you have a timeline of when they really could have started this. They couldn't have really started this all that long before the firings, happened. And also when they did the in development thing. So I do think this is kind of a classic example of a game that was announced probably too early. I guess maybe it's too early to tell that, but announced, and you're probably not going to get it for 3, 4, 5 years after that first teaser. Again, the thing I would like, though, is just to end on it, right? That's, to me, when I think about the THQ showcase, release dates for a couple things, the SpongeBob thing is all but confirmed, right? There's a title actually that's out there already. So, you have a couple surprises, you give a couple release dates. Again, last year was Darksiders, and it's this year, it's been a couple years since that teaser for that. It's been a year and a half since the layoffs. Are they in any kind of state to just show it? Just a quick little, really another teaser trailer. I'm not even asking for all that much because I don't think this game, it's obviously not coming out this year. There's probably no way it comes out next year. It's probably a 2027 on type game. So I'm not expecting a ton from it, but just put it back out there just so we know. I did check the websites. I try to do that at least surface level research before I make these videos. They're still working on it. Their site is operational. There's no job listings. I try to do that. It makes sense. You lay off half the people a year and a half ago, so I guess they're maybe not looking for people to join, which maybe actually is not the greatest thing of all time. But things seem to be okay. Their LinkedIn, there's no issues. They still say they're working on the game. That would be very bad, if that was removed from their site and stuff. So it seems like it's still happening. It's just okay. it's happening probably a lot slower now. I don't know. I don't know how you lose half the people and bad stuff doesn't happen. I don't want to think about like a restart of development a year and a half ago, because if that happened, you know what I mean, then you're looking at far beyond 2027. So I'm hoping for just a small little teaser. That's the best I can probably hope for. You end on it, or, you know, end on like another new announcement, something kind of fun that would maybe surprise us. That's what I'm hoping for THQ in general. But as for this game, you know, I'm always hoping this game is okay. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.